What's up, everybody, to another great episode of Popcorn Talk. I'm Ira Bushels today, and with me is...
the host with the most, Ethan Dominguez. Welcome, everyone, back to Popcorn Talk. We have quite the show to you today, and we know we've been pushing back a lot in terms of brand new featured episodes, but we're here today.
Heck yeah.
We got some brand new content.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Yeah.
It be like that.
It really
Alright.
be, Chief.
So, last time we were here, I had spoken about the fact that I had not seen Venom yet, and it's been quite some time, but I have seen Venom. And just some quick words about how I felt overall about the film. I actually enjoyed the film quite well. It did have some moments where I cringed. I thought the CGI
hard
was
cringe.
rushed. I thought that the comedy was very well done on everyone's part,
funny.
especially Venom. I really liked the side characters. I thought the villain was actually pretty nice. Not
He was
Riot.
so weak.
I thought Riz Ahmed was great. I thought he
didn't
was
like him.
very, not scary, but very thriller-like. Like, he kept me on my edge about how he wanted certain things done.
Really? I thought he was just a joke. I found him the biggest joke in the whole movie. Like, okay, so why are you doing this? Like, what's your whole dealio?
Yeah. I just
So-
thought he was hiding a lot, which I thought was kind of corny, but then just what he wanted to do with the idea of just, like how Thanos had it, where he wanted to clean up the world and, like, clean up sin, like, just his own vision of bringing more symbiotes
Mhm.
into the world to make the world pure. That was really cynical, but I really enjoyed the symbiotes. Could have used a bit more work. I felt in certain points the movie was rushed. CGI, especially in that final fight between the two, was kind of rushed.
It was so chaotic.
Explosions were nasty. Granted, this is what we want out of Venom, but at the same time, you know, I would want to have seen a lot more than just quick jumping around and then
And just heck of a mess, everything.
ripping the symbiote off of each other. Like, I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of but overall,
I think it would be cool if it did like one big shot of it, not multiple shots to make it look too messy.
Yeah.
But we have to ask yourself, was it worth it? What did it cost?
I got to see it as a gift,
Oh, okay. So
as a birthday gift.
cost
so
nothing.
It cost
Okay.
nothing, but it still would have been cheap regardless. But it was worth it, especially the end credit scene.
oh yeah, should we spoil that?
Let me see.
Spoilers.
Quick spoiler. So the idea of seeing Cassidy, aka Carnage, in the prison, I kind of had an idea it was gonna be Cassidy because of the
It had
fact
to
that
be-
it
it had
was
to be
prison,
Carnage.
and I was like, I'm waiting for Carnage. You said Carnage, and then you see Carnage, and I'm like, yes.
Now my question is, how is he gonna get his symbiote? Is my question. How do you think he's gonna? Do you think he's gonna be like an offspring of whatever of the two left, or do you think it's gonna be like a brand new one, or do you think they're gonna do the comics, which is like it's the offspring of Venom?
Let me be. There's two theories I want to say. One is that he already has the symbiote, and he's just like Eddie Brock has mastered. What's it, symbiosis or something
Yeah.
like that, where they're able to have a strong connection bond. So I have a feeling that's the case. Or we did know that there were other symbiotes that crashed into Earth that we don't know about. So
True.
Carnage easily could be in that wreckage and eventually find Cassidy in prison. But I'm excited for that. And it also gave a quick glimpse of the Into the Spider-Verse film.
I wish that name was a glimpse. That's like that was a good like 5 minutes of just clips they just showed us. It was pretty good.
Actually, it looks really good. I like
It
the
looks really
animation.
yeah. I was kind of hesitant on the animation. I was like, oh, this looks a little bit weird, but like I really dig it.
So my final grade on that was a 7.75 out of 10.
That's very generous.
But then the end credit scene, because of my bias, gave it an 8. I reviewed it on my Instagram page, which is at Bronx Movie Critic.
Mhm.
But overall, everyone did tell me it was pretty generous, but I enjoyed the film as a whole, and I kind of had an expectation for it, and it was somewhat met. So it could be generous. It could be whatever you want to say it is, but I thought it was actually pretty decent.
Cool. I'd give it a solid 5.
Wow.
A hard 5.
Wow.
Listen, it's a fun film. It's fun. You're gonna have a great laugh. You're gonna
Yeah.
enjoy yourself in this film, but
Of course.
it's not. Well, A, it's not too like I feel like a superhero standard. B, I feel like it's like kind of like a cop out of a film. I feel like there's some cheap stuff in it, and I feel like there's a lot of like weak plots and just some casting stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good just okay.
Was it better than Spider-Man 3 Venom?
Yeah,
Was it the Venom you were expecting?
kind of.
So I get the 5, but you could at least say some type of expectation was met.
Oh yeah, no, they did some cool things. At least like they made Venom how he should have been, but they made him a little bit goofy, which was fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, a good 5 is there.
Okay, good. All right. The next part of the solo talk for today is White Boy Rick. I did mention on my Instagram page about a review, and I really enjoyed White Boy Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And when I mean enjoy, I don't mean like I enjoyed Venom. Like I loved White Boy Rick. It was one of those movies that I was looking on the website and seeing what was being in theaters, and I saw that film, the poster for it, and I was like, oh, what's this about? I researched it, and it's a true story about a 16, 17-year-old boy in very poor conditions who gets into the world and becomes the youngest kingpin, drug dealer, master of cocaine, and an FBI informant.
Jesus Christ.
Now, all of this happened because he was in the wrong, and I don't want to say wrong place in the wrong time, but
Wrong
this
area.
is just what his dad. He's a legacy, I want to call it, because his name is Rick Jr. And his father is Rick Sr. But it's that idea of his dad was an illegal gun armor. So basically, he would customize guns and resell them to either licensed or unlicensed owners, and he was constantly getting arrested, and the FBI was constantly looking for him. And the son was used to help either find the dad or in some points find certain gang activity. And he ends up joining this gang. He meets these guys at a disclosed area to sell some of the guns that the dad had. And then he grew a relationship with them, and it just skyrockets from there. And it's phenomenal. It's funny. It has Matthew McConaughey, and it had, I forgot his name. I'm mad that I forgot his name. But he's one of the gang members. But it's just phenomenal. It's great. I guess you could say some points felt slower, but that's just a normal complaint to have, that certain parts are slow. But it's one of those movies that you have to, like Black Klansman. It's one of those movies that you have to sit down and experience and just stay quiet. If it's a funny moment, chuckle for a second, but get through it because
It's fast.
the story.
Would you say it's very depressing? Because like my mother and stepfather saw this movie, and when they came back, they said it was like a bad movie because it was super depressing, super bleak. Like it just was not a fun experience.
It's emotional, to definitely say the least. It's the family all have their own things. Grandparents are old and not in the best living conditions. Sister struggles with an abusive boyfriend who, I don't want to get into too much spoilers, but eventually locks her up in this type of trap house type thing where she's constantly obsessed with drugs and everything, and she hates her family. Father, like I said, constantly getting arrested and has to help provide for the family by going to gun shows, buying and scamming them to then sell, like how they do with Yeezys. This is a bad example. But it's an emotional movie because you see this kid go through all of this stuff and still care about family and all of that because he knows the living condition. I think they're in Chicago. I want to say either Chicago or where's Detroit at again?
Michigan.
There you go. So I think it's either in Detroit or Chicago. It's one of those two, but they're in very poor it is depressing, but it's one of those like it hits hard and then like it's like a redeeming moment. Like especially with the sister, it's one of those oof that hit you moment. Like I went with my sister and a few friends, and it was like that moment was like really sad, and then you see like their relationship pick up better and better, and it's just one of those emotional roller coasters that you have to stay on no matter how much it swings you around, because it's one of those you gotta listen, you gotta understand what's going on, because when you get what's going on, the rest of the movie makes sense and you're able to acknowledge rabbits, and then they go over the true story at the end of the film.
Really? Different from the real life?
Yes, because Rick, I don't want to spoil anything, but something happens with Rick that involves jail time, and literally it's very emotional because something happens to him with this girl, and it just shows him in the truth. So, and you hear his actual audio log when he gets out of prison, but it's very good. It's very well directed. The story is phenomenal. I always talk about camera work because
Cinematography is big.
cinematography is phenomenal. When you see like scenes where like you're walking and the camera follows you, and
like a dolly cam.
When it gets that angle, when you like see someone looking at the floor depressed, and then you have like the ceiling view of looking at that, like that gives a dynamic that most directors or cinematographers don't think about. It is definitely an amazing. I don't know. I want to say this is an original screenplay. Like if this gets nominated for any type of Academy Award,
I think it is.
Original screenplay is definitely for that. Definitely for that. Yeah. So White Boy Rick, my consensus would be a 9.5.
9.5? Okay, cool.
Worth it. If it's not still in theaters already, definitely find it on DVD, Blu-ray, stream it somehow, or just find a way to watch it because it's worth your time. And then the last thing before we get into some fun debates is this past weekend's weekend box offices.
Okay.
So if you aren't aware already, we have some our top three movies are movies that have been in theaters recently, and then the top movie is a movie that just recently came out that I'm pretty sure you've seen already, if not you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
In third place is Venom,
True. Seen it.
racking up another $10 million and reaching about 500 worldwide.
Heck yeah.
Second place is A Star is Born with $14 million.
You really want to see that?
I do too, and it's racked up about $250 million.
Okay.
And number one is the 2018 Halloween film.
Saw that actually.
What do you think? Quick
So,
consensus.
Okay, so here's a background about me. I never seen the first one. I think I should have.
Definitely.
Something about this movie is that has been like multiple other Halloween movies.
This cancels all the sequels.
Yeah, this is
Directly.
an alternate timeline. They say it.
Yep.
And this is a direct continue of what happened the first Halloween.
Mhm.
Like it picks up several years later, but then you see everything spans out.
Yep.
I don't do horror. I hate horror actually. The only reason I
Agreed.
saw this movie is because my girlfriend wanted to see it and my roommate wanted to see it, so I saw it with them.
Smart.
So was I a coward? Kind of, extremely. I would say this: there was only one scene in this movie that really got me to like not scream, but like yell. I guess the right word is like not like an audible yell. It was like one of those like a ah.
Just a yelp.
Yeah, like a yelp because it was a jump scare, and I truly thought it was gonna be like the murder of one of the characters.
I heard that it's gory, very bloody. Like, apparently in the scene when he like escapes the bus,
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not gory. It's just like it's a little bit brutal.
like
More
he
brutal.
just starts like getting people like
Yeah,
like not that noise, but like
it's pretty brutal. I wouldn't say not glory. It's pretty brutal. Some scenes it's kind of brutal. You go you sometimes get that like you just let out like a oof.
oof.
Yeah, you're gonna let off an oof a couple times for this character. There's times I was like oof. But as a non-horror enthusiast, I enjoyed it.
Good.
I think it's a good Halloween as like the seasonal thing, like a good Halloween spooky movie.
Nice spoopy times.
I think it's instead of a horror, I think it's more of a thriller.
Okay, I see that.
You'll definitely enjoy it. If you like Halloween, like the movies and like a scary movie, you'll get a kick out of this. It's pretty interesting. Some of the deaths is pretty funny because it's kind of dumb, and it actually has somewhat of a coherent plot.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I say go watch it.
Right.
For a non Halloween guy, I give it 7.5 out of 10.
That's good.
7.5 out of 10.
That's good. That's usually what the reviews have been saying about it. All right, so quick debate
Okay.
before we
Shoot.
start wrapping this up. Suicide Squad 2 just recently, that and
Yep.
Wonder Woman 2 have been getting some
Yep,
big news in
Getting
regards
some mad.
to Wonder Woman 2 getting pushed back to next year, which I don't know.
To 2020.
Yes, it is, and I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm kind of sad. But as long as they take time with that,
It's fine.
perfectly fine. The
Yeah.
first movie was great. If they have to take 3 more years, get it done right. I
True,
wanna
because they
see-
need it.
I want a good sequel. I don't know if DC has made a good sequel. Let's see if they could do it with this. Same thing with this other sequel. James Gunn has been confirmed to be writing and directing Suicide Squad 2. How do you feel about that? Quick sentence.
Okay, so James Gunn. Let's start. Can I start with Wonder Woman first? Because I have quicker thoughts. on it.
Yeah.
So with Wonder Woman, I only knew it was gonna come out in June, but we never knew when. We never knew it was gonna be 19 or 2020. But then apparently it was in 19.
It wasn't 2019. It was in July.
It was July 2019. And then once the first banner came out, they changed it a little bit later to 2020. And I was like, that's really weird. So I guess it must be like production issues and
That and probably like casting because they just
absolutely.
announced that Steve Trevor will be returning.
Yeah,
so Chris
somehow.
Pine will be returning. Apparently, the room, I don't think this is true, but if it is, spoilers, that apparently, you know how Zeus was in the
Yeah.
first movie. Apparently, another god comes in this and blackmails Diana Prince saying that, you do whatever I ask of you and I'll bring your love back. And apparently, he's the reason how Steve Trevor comes back. I prefer him not alive.
yeah, I hope so. I hope he's kind of dead.
But if he is back, hopefully it's just flashbacks.
True, yeah. So those are my quick thoughts for Wonder Woman. For James Gunn, now that's a whole other ballpark. Because if you heard Disney, like someone interviewed Kevin Feige recently, and one thing that Kevin Feige has confirmed is that Guardians 3 is on hold right now.
It's on pause, yes,
yeah,
because James
everything's
Gunn.
on pause, and the whole like Marvel timeline that he has in his office, the legendary board in his office that like is said to have the whole next 20 years planned is now like all like messed up because like this one movie is now on hold and they keep.
This was supposed to be a big part of Phase 4.
Yeah,
they're
supposed to usher in a brand new Guardians and everything. But now,
because it's supposed to have Adam Warlock.
Yeah, but I don't know what they're gonna do anymore because their main guy's gone. They apparently gonna use his script, but now James Gunn doing Suicide Squad 2, I think is very interesting. I like it because it's a good jab to Disney because they should have just let it go because it was
Frozen.
Thank you for picking it up, and just let James Gunn do James Gunn. But I'm glad that DC, Warner Brothers specifically, picked up a good director. Has had like a normal movies after him, and knows how to take nothing into something. So this movie's definitely gonna have a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy themes and allusions to it.
Expect better comedy.
Expect a lot of music cues.
Expect Dave Bautista going into DC.
Killer Croc.
No, he's gonna either be Bane or King Shark.
Really? I thought it'd be Solomon Grundy. I heard Bane. I heard the Bane one.
Bane was that, and then I've heard a mix of Solomon Grundy and what was the last one I said? King Shark.
Yeah.
I would actually love King Shark.
That'd be pretty cool. So aside from all that, I think this is also a good lesson for the industry to learn that if something's in the past and someone has apologized for it already, let it go. That's it.
And it's such a I get it with the whole allegations and everything, the old tweets and everything. Yeah, that's bad. Give him a bit of discipline, but just if that was in the past and he's learned from that, don't really take it that seriously. You know what I mean? All right. So last thing I'm going to say for the day is that one of the things I want to start doing until the end of the year is start talking about my top 10 movies that I had shown a lot of love throughout all my time for the year. And I'm going to start off with number 10 being Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, which I bet no one who knows me would have expected that. But
Mamma Mia.
I saw it with my girlfriend for her birthday because she's a big Mamma Mia fan.
# I love Mamma Mia too.
Facts, B. And I saw the first one. I've seen the Broadway show. But I am a big man when it comes to score and soundtracks when it comes to a film, especially that of a musical or drama. And Mamma Mia 2 is great in terms of story, following Donna and the Dynamos, Meryl Streep's character with Christine Baranski, and I forgot her name. The character of Rosie. I'm going to remember it later. I'm going to be disappointed. But it follows the younger Dynamos and Donna finding her way with her 3 boyfriends and basically following the story of Donna's daughter making a whole tone on. It's just a nice little heartfelt film for all. And it's a great story, great emotional film if you haven't seen it already. And the soundtrack is phenomenal. I'm hooked. I've gotten everyone that I know hooked as far as I know. Definitely a great contender for Academy Award season for soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any other movie that I know of can compete with that for right now that I know of. I haven't seen any movies with great soundtracks possibly yet. I could be wrong. But Mamma Mia definitely for sure is one. Probably A Quiet Place for score, most definitely, or Eye of Dogs. But overall, I had given it an 8.75. I thought it was very well done, very hilarious, very emotional, and just an overall great experience for all.
All right, glad. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, that was another episode of Popcorn Talk. I'm Albert.
And I'm your host, Ethan. Thank you guys all for coming. If you missed it from before, please follow the Instagram at Bronx Movie Critic. I do a lot more reviews and updates on there as well.
All right, thanks. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you. Bye.